Yo guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and today I have these amazing, well, very good 4-4-2 custom tactics. These custom tactics help me get my RTG, as you can see in front of you, into Elite Division. The video is out yesterday. Before we get into the actual video, make sure you smash that thumbs up, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think about these custom tactics, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. Hey guys, if you're looking for a cheap, reliable place to buy EAFC25 coins, head over to MMOexp.com. They have the fastest, cheapest, most reliable place to buy coins. Make sure you use the code BYTE for 5% off. Hope you guys have a good day. So yes guys, like I've been using the 4-4-2. If you don't know, I used to use the 4-5-1. I got them and he doesn't really use them anymore, but like again, I personally believe that the 4-4-2 is probably the best formation outside of any 5 of the back formations. 4-5-1 is still a very strong formation, and like for example, my friend Mo, who got rank 1, still uses them. Ozio still uses 4-5-1, I believe, but I do think that 4-4-2 is probably like the most generic, very good formation. It's just like 4-3-2-1 last year. I think 4-4-1 is like 4-4-2 is probably like the best formation. It's just like you get the best out of a lot of worlds. Like for example, I like playing with 2 strikers. Okay, you get that with this formation. You get 2 wingers, and you have, for example, you can literally turn your 2 center mids into attacking options depending on how you play. And yeah, like I can quickly show you one thing I would recommend for this formation now before we even get into the build of it, is that I don't really attack with my fullbacks like Dalot and Bombaster. I don't really attack with them, so you don't need like Theo Hernandez or stuff like Fernandez for left back, and any good right back like Walker, Dalot, Evo, whatever you want would work. Left mid and right mid don't need to be too insane as long as they're fast and do those jobs. So for example, right mid you can use Chiesa, I have Malin, Evo. You can use Nico Williams. You can use anybody really. On the left you can use Adi. I use Adiemi. Again, you can use Nico Williams there. You don't even need to use like Liao or Vini. You just need fast wingers. Strikers, up to you depending on your price range. I use Griezmann and Diani. That works for me on this account. On my main account I use Griezmann and Mbappe. A little bit different, but I think Griezmann is amazing in this team. The way it works with the false 9. Smith is really good as well. The only problem I have with all those guys, they can't pass, and I think passing is really important in this FIFA. Yes, let's get down into the structure of this team. Okay guys, so for custom tactics, let me show you something real quick. For team tactics, I use custom 4-4-2 balance and 70 depth. Now this can be, some people use short passing, some people use balance, some people use counter. I've just found out after a while that balance is probably the best. Okay, that's what I use personally. Defensive which I use high 70, you can use 50, you can use 60, you can use 70. Again, this is all personal preference. I just think when you use a little bit higher, the team squeezes together. Because one thing I kind of, when I used to use 60 or 55, I thought there was too much of a gap between the midfielders and the defense at times. You still get gaps now, but the difference is you're playing at a much higher line, so it's kind of hard for your opponent to penetrate, only because there's going to be a lot of offsides for him. So he has to be a very good FIFA player, you know what I mean? But then it allows you to apply a little bit more pressure, so you win the ball high up as well. So again, it's up to you. So like, let's get into the player roles, okay? Goalkeeper, you can literally, I don't think it makes a difference. You can use super keeper or whatever. I should probably be using super keeper only because Courtois is really good at that. Konate and Rudiger, I don't really need to show you clips of these guys. I want to show you clips of everybody else, like about these probably these front 6, but these 2 defenders, what's the point of me showing you clips? Like they just do what they need to do. Again, I have these guys on full back balanced, okay? That's it. Like I won't lie, you can use attack, you can use defend, but balance for me works. If you want, you can just press L1 to trigger a run with one of your fullbacks if you need attack. But again guys, I don't do that. I rarely do that. I rather use attack and lose the ball with my attackers. Okay, so that's what I would rather do. Okay, so we already restart in this formation. Okay, let's start with Thuram. Now on my main account I have Yaya Toure in this exact position, but like for example, Thuram has box to box, but I think it's quite I think it kills the stamina, number 1. And like I literally says it there, stamina usage. And the number 2, because I have my other center mid on playmaking roaming, I think I need my CDM to stay at the center of the pitch and just stay back as much as possible, you know, to stop the attack in the middle, you know, before he gets to my 2 defenders. And like I can show you some clips of this. Yo, let me show you guys the gameplay with Thuram. So as you can see, he picks up the ball in the midfield. And what I'm trying to say is that he's always going to start deep and just give passes. I will not expect you to do too much with your CDM. As you can see here in the box, he struggled, but again, I try and keep it simple with like players like Thuram. As you can see, I just like get the ball deep and spray it around. But he is very good at winning the ball back, but pass it straight away. I wouldn't expect your CDM to be able to dribble or anything. Again, as you can see, I switched to Thuram. He's gonna get the ball like in a sec, and then bow. You see, keep it nice and simple. See again. See, nice and simple. So you guys, as you can see from those clips, as I spoke about Thuram, that's what I need him to do. Okay, so let's move on to the left center mid in Bruno Fernandez. So in this position, I use Patelis on my main account. I score quite a few travelers from here, which I do kind of miss having Bruno in here. There's not a lot of good left-footed center mids. Off the top of my head, I think Roberto is one. I believe obviously Patelis is one. I used to use Bernardo Silva, would you believe it, a long time ago. Guti. These are guys that Guti is probably the only other guy I would recommend because he has playmaker plus at his left center mid position, okay? One thing I will say about Bruno Fernandez Fernandez. And one thing you kind of need to, you need to use the strength of your midfield. So for example, with Bruno is really good at passing. Like, I know this is so simple to say, but for example, he's going to cover a lot of different positions on the pitch. Like, he's going to cover the left because he's on roaming. You can use attack, but attack is going to be right behind the striker, and I don't want that because I'll explain that in a second. Why I want roaming? Because he covers the gaps of the attack, where if my left forward is on the left, Griezmann has like gone up top, he's going to cover that space. If Griezmann just deep sometimes, Bruno will push up ahead of Griezmann, and then Adami will go inside more. So like, that's why I prefer roaming. Again, you can use anybody here. De Jong is quite good, but I'm going to show you some clips now of Bruno to show you guys what I'm talking about. As you can see, this is the clips with Bruno now. With Bruno, I expect your left centre mid, like as I said, with Putellas to be able to pass the ball. See, but one thing about Bruno, he can still win the ball deep. Like, even though they're on playmaker, they're still going to win the ball. And they're going to be a little bit more advanced. As you can see, Bruno's in this clip, but you don't see Thuram. Again, Bruno's a little bit further up the pitch, able to pass the ball like that, keep it nice and simple. If he was left-footed there, I would have Trivela. But again, look at him in the box. Nice pull back again across for Dani. But again, in defensive play, like Bruno can play deep. And look at that assist into Griezmann, guys. So yeah, keep it nice. Like, that's what triple maker is supposed to do. Okay, guys, so you can see, these are the clips I was talking about with Bruno. So I have both my left mid in Adami and my right mid in Marin, okay, as inside forward balance. Now, what this kind of does is that they're going to come on the inside a lot, okay? Not that they will stay there, but they'll go on the wing as well. But again, they're inside a lot more. Why I like inside forward is because it allows them to abuse the Trivela. People call me a glitch merchant for using Trivela when, like, literally Trivela is there to attack guys who sit deep with their defenses. One thing I will say is that if you're going to use inside forward, balance, or attack, whatever you want to use, you can use attack as well. I just prefer balance. I will recommend wingers who you are comfortable on the ball with. And what I mean by that is, you have to remember, these guys are going to be on the inside of the pitch covering spaces. So my thing I'm trying to say is that you have to get used to them, like being able to dribble in the midfield, past defenders, past CDMs, because they're going to face a lot of defenders in those positions. So Adami is quite good on the ball. Malin's a little bit stiff, I will say. I will admit, he's a little bit stiff. Not like he's insanely stiff, but somebody like Hansen, who I used to have, would be crazy in this position. Or even Lauren James. Lauren James, you know, that new card she has, or even her goals, amazing at these type of positions, okay? Or left mid, also, now I think about Chelsea writing in form. I don't know how to say it in rating. She's really, really good, okay? I just left mid. So let me show you some clips of Ademi and Malin on the inside. So guys, these clips are showing you my left and right mid. As you can see, I triggered a run with my left mid, first time over the top. Now, I don't expect you to know this, but your left and right mid will come inside, so you get easy chances to score. Like, look, I start with Griezmann, my false nine. I played Ademi. Ademi is going to go from outside in. Now, I know I didn't score there, but you're going to see this. This is repetitive movement. Again, same thing with Dani. Dropped that a little bit deep. Triggered a run with Malin. Malin's going to pass on the inside. Now, Griezmann should have scored, but you can see what I'm talking about. Your left and right mid are going to provide support. Look at this. Look where Ademi starts. He goes in, because he was dribbling with the ball so much, he gave Griezmann space because the opponent brought out their centre back. Again, another run by Ademi. Like, as you can see the pattern. Your strikers drop deep. Your wingers fly in front of them. That's the whole point inside forward. Look at Malin. Again, triggered a run with L1. Bow. Across goal finish. So, like, it's quite straightforward. Again, look at Griezmann. Drops deep. Again, Ademi in straight into behind. I'm not joking. This is all, like, Elite Division Div 1 gameplay. So, again, you're going to see them in the box a lot as well when your strikers drop out of the box. So, you always have attack-on options. Again, I kid you not. They're always running in behind now. Ademi doesn't score here. But look at this goal, guys. Ademi starts out wide, just to show you that they can still play on the wing. He starts out wide, starts out wide, starts out wide. Look at Malin coming from the back post. See how easy this game is? Okay, guys. As you can see, I spoke about, like, I showed you some clips of Malin and Ademi on the inside, what they kind of do. But remember, this is all Division 1 gameplay. Like, and I do the exact same thing with Elite. So, yeah, that's what really happens. Now, the two strikers, this is where, like, I kid you not, this is where will make or break the team. I used to use advanced strike forward on both, but if you can get a guy who can use force 9++, the difference you will see is actually insane. Griezmann in this position is probably the best player on the whole team. I could literally make a 10-minute video about Griezmann himself, what he brings to this team. His passing, his shooting, his Trivelas. Now, some people say, why don't you play him on the right to finesse? Now, this is where ball false 9 is really important. Because he's in the build-up, he actually kind of roams around the attack, okay? Yes, he's going to be on the left a lot, but that's for Trivelas for my playstyle. But if you actually remember, even on old FIFA, like last year, if you ever watched me, or even on FIFA 23, I was never a big fan of playing players on the opposite side of their weak foot because of sprinting. Okay, for example, Griezmann is left-footed, so I like him sprint on the left side because he sprints faster, in my opinion, when on his left foot than if he was on the right, sprint on this. It's just the way it works for me. These are the small things I just believe in personally. That's why you always see people play Mbappe on the right all the time. It just works better, especially when it comes to finishing. And I'll tell you what, in the box, okay, if the player moves his keeper, okay, let's say you're playing against a good different player, and he moves his keeper to the right, he's going to be on his left foot, and if you green time straight, it's going to go into the near post a lot faster if he was on his right foot in that position. Number 1. Number 2, if you're in the box on his left foot on the left side, again, if he doesn't move his keeper and you shoot a cross goal on his left foot across goal, it's easier to score that way than him on his right foot in that way. And number 2, it's hard to play for finesse shots against good players. I rarely concede a finesse shot, so I could just move my keeper. And this is the annoying thing about Trivelas. Just move your keeper. I don't really concede as many Trivelas as I score them, because guess what? Number 1, you have to disguise your long shots. And this is one thing I don't think people know how to understand. There's sometimes that I shoot Trivela and score Trivelas, I thought the guy should just move his keeper. It was so obvious I was going to shoot one. If somebody's ball rolling around your box, they're going to shoot a Trivela. If somebody's twisting and turning their body around outside your box, they're going to shoot a finesse shot, move your keeper. A lot of things in this FIFA can really be like blocked if you just use a little bit of common sense. That's why I don't really like playing for finesse shots, because I just think it's very easy to stop. Trivelas is not, because Trivelas you don't need the finesse shots, you kind of need an angle. Trivelas you need the angle, but Trivelas I think it's easier to like find an angle to score Trivelas. You know, if you just get like a borrow in the box, pow, that's a Trivela. You got, as soon as I score, I concede them. It's very hard to play against that. Sorry to go on a little bit of a rant, but I'm just really trying to get you guys to understand why I always say it's really important to have a left-footed player when you can. You know, I always have to, for example, Son is 5-star weak foot, so Son can score on either side. In fact, if you have a 5-star weak foot player, it's even better to have them on the opposite side, because you know they can score on the left, they can score on the right, so you can do a lot of multiple things. But a lot of these players in this game don't have a 5-star weak foot, so unless you have Son, R9, Ginola, or Smith, unfortunately, these rules don't apply. Let me show you the clips of Griezmann actually. False 9. Even though he's a false 9, he's still going to be a fox in the box. Like, false 9 doesn't prevent them from being in the box, but this is what I want my false 9 to do. Drop deep and make passes like that into Adami. You see, look, Adami should have scored that, but look at this. First time true ball into Adami. Wow. That's what my false 9 does. I know you guys don't see Marin too much. That's because I use Griezmann a little bit more. Again, I tricked on Adami. He thought I was going to pass. No, Trivela, what do you expect? Like, guys, I know I'm making the game look a little bit, like, interesting, but look again. Griezmann at Trivela. Like, this is what I was talking about when I want my left-footed player on the left side. It's just so good. Again, Griezmann is still going to be a fox in the box. Look at this finish. Bow, bow. See what I'm talking about, guys? The game is very simple to play. Again, Griezmann on the edge. Just to show you that, like, yo, he does everything. That's a false 9. As you can see, I just showed you the clips of Griezmann. Griezmann is actually, like, just amazing. Dani, you can use literally anybody here, like Dani, Marlin, any striker you think that is really good for the price. Who else is fast on, like who was I using? Chiesa is really good here, actually. Chiesa is, like, insanely good. I might get Chiesa for this team now that I think about it. Actually, that counts, because Adami left. This Adami inform is crazy, guys. I'm not even joking. One of the best guys I've used so far in this game. But anyways, back to Dani. Dani does the job. Like, as an advanced striker, she, like, literally just does her job. Scores goals, runs in behind. That's all I need her to do. Advance forward, attack. You can see this is Dani now. Dani is going to be a little bit more advanced. As you can see, look at, that's a nice goal. Although she's starting from outside the box, but guess what? She's always in the box. Now, I didn't score it there, but I'm just trying to show you guys clips. See the way she's already ahead of Griezmann? That's why I said you kind of need a fast striker to score goals like this. Look at Dani in the box, man. So good. That's all I want for my advanced striker. You can literally do this with anybody. Look at this. Again, she's ahead of Griezmann. So that's all you need from your advanced striker, guys. Good finishing. But yeah, guys, sorry to talk so much, man. This video is really hard to make. That's why I don't like making custom tactics videos. It's just such an effort at times. But you guys have been asking me for the tactics. And yeah, like, let me show you something real quick before we finish this video. So that's the code if you guys want. Make sure to copy the code. I'll put the code in the description as well for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys very much for coming to the video. But before we finish, I can show you my controller settings just before we go. Thank God we can do that now on the, I don't need to go to a different screen. Is there any controller settings? You guys already see all these controller settings. Feel free to pause. Oh, I use assisted. Wow. I thought I used semi. Oh, I've been using assisted. I wonder if it feels good. I've been using semi on my main account and the passing doesn't feel that good. I'm going to switch back there. But these are all my settings again. Feel free to slow down and pause. But this is what I use. A lot of people always ask me about my sound setting as well, actually. Literally, it's because I use an Elgato. So all my PlayStation sound is connected to that. That's why you don't hear it in the video, because I already have it muted. So the only sound you hear is coming from my controller mic. Do you understand? So I don't know if you guys can do that at home, but that's the way I don't get the match sound. I only get my go sound. So yeah, I'm not trying to, like, not share it with you guys. It's literally, there's not much I can do. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for coming to today's video. That was a very long explanation. And yeah, peace out. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.